What would you think having a Twitter, having a Facebook, having this and this, and when is it too much?
Well, so that's actually a super good question, and I think that if anybody had like a perfect answer, I mean, everybody would do it. But I just think that it's something because like that whole space is like constantly evolving. You know, there's always like a new platform, there's always a new this, it's oh that's boring now, everybody's on this. Yeah. So I think that like the business plan for social marketing has to evolve as well. But I mean, as far as like how much is too much, I think like, you know, obviously you need to be on social because that's where everybody is. And I think that, you know, if you're not there, you're really doing your business a disservice because specifically too with like targeting and all these great, you know, features that you can do with either Facebook advertising, Twitter, whatever it is, you can actually figure out who you want to reach with this specific ad. Whereas if you were to do like a traditional mailer or direct mail or something like that, I mean, you know, you're just sending it out to whoever and like hoping for the best. So you can be a little more strategic on social, but also, I mean, I think like with the Facebook business page, like that's always a good idea. Like everybody's always on Facebook, and even though personally for me, I don't love Facebook. Like if I'm actually using social for like my own like personal fun, I guess you could say, like I love Twitter for information because there's like such great articles and stuff, but then I love Instagram because I follow like a bunch of dog accounts and memes. You know, like that's all I care about. But I mean, everybody's different, but everybody always has a Facebook. So Facebook marketing is obviously super important. Depending on what you're doing, you know, Instagram is super important, Twitter is super important if you want to do like Snap. But I think like for somebody starting out, don't like go deep before you go wide. Okay. So like I would get really good at maybe Facebook advertising first, like know the difference between a Facebook ad and a boosted post. You know, like there's just so many nuances within that space to figure out that like if you tried to do every single platform, I just think it'd be too overwhelming and you probably wouldn't, you know, do a really good job at it. So like I would kind of figure out Facebook first because everybody's on Facebook. And too, for notaries, I mean, everyone from like millennials, baby boomers, everybody in between is going to need a notary at some point for something. A lot of demographics are on Facebook. So like whereas maybe Snap or something like that, you have a lot of like millennials and younger, you know, but for the most part, everybody's going to be on Facebook. So I think you kind of, and this is like really for like any sort of marketing effort, figure out like one thing, put your marketing dollars in that one thing until you've sort of tweaked it so that you have a good sustainable like return on your investment dollars. Because like if you're on all these different platforms, everything costs money. But using all the platforms are all different. So if you don't really know what you're doing, you're sort of just spending a lot of money without getting the return when you could be doing just kind of like a, you know, having a better return on your blank advertising because you've figured out how to use it, if that makes sense. So like that's what I did. Like I started with Facebook because everybody was on Facebook. I got my own page just like you did. And, you know, started out the boosted posts, and then when I got better, I started doing the Facebook ads, and then also, like, it makes it super easy to target. So if you're saying, you know, hey, I want to target for people that are maybe, I don't know, buying a house or buying a car or, you know, that are maybe dealing with some kind of legal situations, you can choose. Say you don't want to target to other notaries because why would you want to do that, right? So, like, there's just a lot of really cool stuff that you can do, and then it's also, like, relatively inexpensive compared to like other things, you know, so that's really what I would start. And then as far as like content stuff, as long as you're providing value, I think people are always going to be fine with it. You know, I mean, obviously everybody's busy, so nobody's going to try to like listen to something that's like uninformative or boring or whatever if it doesn't pertain to them, but that's fine too because maybe it'll work for somebody else. Like maybe exactly what you're trying to promote isn't going to work for 99 people, but for that one person, they're going to see you, they're going to click on you, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that this person came up in my feed. I need a notary right now. This is just so crazy. Yeah. You know, but then the key is, and this goes for anything that you do with your business, is keep it consistent. like no matter what it is that you decide to do, don't be like volatile all over the place in terms of like, $100 one day, $5 one day, $0 one day. Like get like a marketing plan together. So like what I do, and I found this to be super helpful, maybe you will too, is like get a calendar, just like one of the desk calendars with the days and whatever, and say, okay, well, you know what, on Wednesday I want to do an ad that's going to run until Saturday. It's going to cost me $50, whatever. I'm going to do an ad on Saturday for like a Saturday Sunday thing, and then the next week here's my plan, the next week here's my plan. But keep it consistent. There's always going to be cool stuff that you can talk about or cool things that you can promote, but even if it's like $20 a week, like $20 a week, $20 a week, $20 a week, $20, unless you know of like an outlier type of a situation where there's something that happens, maybe it's tax season, right? And say maybe people need lots of notaries in the month of April, then maybe that month, in March, you up your marketing dollars to 50, 50, 50, 50, because you know that a lot more people are going to be in the market for notaries at that time. Other than that, keep it consistent. It's like, because I always feel that the day or the week or the whatever that you don't do what you normally do is the day or the week that you miss out on that thing.
Yes.
So keep it consistent, I think, is super important. I mean, obviously, you want to still have, like, make sure your business is profitable, but, in the beginning, when you're building a new business, you're like a startup. Like you are the CEO of your own small business. So sometimes it's going to take investment, time, money, whatever, and you might be in the red for a little while, but you're building. So that's another thing to kind of to consider.
Thanks for listening, guys. This is Bianca again, and if you need any mobile notary services, feel free to call me. My number is 323-326-8895, and you can also shoot me an email at bianca@biancasmobilenotary.com. Thank you.